my today's video, I want to show you how you can plot this plan with the points. So you notice, for example, if I come to this layout page, you notice, for example, I want to create a viewport. So let's just create a viewport, and then I want to show you how you can be able to create the viewport. So you realize it's not an easy thing unless you know how to play around with the scale and then get it right. But sometimes you can save yourself all this trouble by creating your template, and that template, whenever you want to print, you only need to know the scale that you're using and use that set sheet for your plan production. So in my plan here, I have set my drawing into a scale of 1:100. So let's see how it behaves if I set to 200. You realize these points become too much crowded, so I need to set it back to say 100, and maybe like that you can be able to see the points. Another thing you might want to do is to maybe you can just have them show only the point number and then you have a list. But in this case, let's just stick with the fact that we have the point elevation and we have the description of the point description, which is as you can see, maybe you have points and all that, and then of course then description keys. So in my case here, I want to create a sheet set for my plan production. So I go to output, and then on the output we have a procedure that we have to follow for us to be able to create our plans for you to be able to print. So you just come to the create view frame. So the first thing is to come here, create the view frame, and what you must have for you to be able to print your drawings is to have an alignment. So without an alignment, it can be a bit hard to create your drawing. So the next thing is we have the alignment, then we go to just go next, and then you need to choose the template or the sheet type. So our sheets will be arranged in whether you want to have your plan and profile, or you want to have your plan, or you want to have only the profile. So in my case, I want to make a plan for my presentation. So maybe later I'll create the one that maybe you can combine the plan and profile, or the one that you can create the profile. So in this case, just bear in mind that you're only creating for the plan. So before I go ahead, I want to show you this template that I have made. So maybe first of all, you can just come here and close this one, and I want to open my template. So I just come here and do open, and after opening, now in my case, I don't go to the DWT, I go to DWT, or the template drawing. So in my case, I'll go to the plan production, and I have this one here. So this is my template, and in my template I have several of them. So for example, I have one set in a scale of, so watch here, this is what sets the scale, because this is a viewport, so it is set in a scale of 1:100. So you also realize it is locked, and we have several. So this pinch is set in A1. So what is the size of A1? You can just measure, and it's 841, so you're supposed to be 841 by, say, by 594.7. So you can confirm. Sometimes there can be slight variation, or because of my line, where my line hits the paper. So maybe just a matter of having them to pinpoint, but the most important thing is to have the pinch in the correct size. And also you also need to make sure that when you come to the pinch setup manager, you modify the pinch and make sure it is the correct okay, the printer you can set according to your standards or according to the printer you'll be using. Sometimes you don't have to print, you can just have it in PDF, but it is also important that the printer has the properties that if you just go to print, you get it right. So, and then the next thing is the page. So in my case here, I can even change this page here and maybe put 841 by 594. That is for A1. So I just come here, I change, I find that printer here, so it is 841 by 594. And the next thing is just come here and go to the window, and when you're here you can just maybe this time you try to get it correct like that, and maybe the line is not very accurate, but then you can also fit, and I think this is within the around range. So you have your paper there set properly, and this is now your template. So don't save it in DWG, just save it into your template file, and this file is usually located inside the, you can see where it is located here. You can see, oh, let's see, open file location. So yes, you can see it is within the installation of your AutoCAD. So just confirm with your computer. So the next thing, we just need to come here and just save, and it will just save automatically because it is already in the template file. So just close and we go ahead now. So we come to output, create view frame, and we want to, this is the alignment. So this is, so the alignment that your viewport will use. So go ahead, next, and now we have to find our template. So it's in plan production, so just open this one, and then we have several of them. So I want to use this one, A1 plan only 1 to 100. So that is the scale. So click OK, and there are several options here. You can have your view frames just rotating with the alignment, or you can also have them just facing one direction and then the alignment moves and doesn't follow the your view frame. So let's just choose this one. So you just take what works best for you. So the next one, you just click next. So this one means that you can have your the first view frame set by an offset of a setback of maybe some meters, 10 meters. In my case, let's just do 5 because you don't have a lot of information, and also the site is not very big. So go next, and these are the style, how you want them to, how you want your view frame to display. Then you go next, and you can insert match lines. The match lines is the one that aligns your view frame so that you don't leave any information out. And let's just stick with the defaults and then go create view frame. So this is what we have here. So this will be my first page, and this will be my second page. Okay, this is called, this is the match line. Okay, so the match line has something I want to show you because you might find it in your drawing. So let's go to the properties, and then you come here, and we, if I activate it, then you see what it means. So it's open now. Okay, then you also have some information here which you can always switch on or switch off. So after that, let's go and create some sheets for this plan. So we go create sheet. After that, we go, so we can check, we can select. If, for example, if I do selection, I'll be able to just create only for one, or you can create for the other one, or you can just check all of them. So when I tick the all box, it means I'll make a layout for both pages, 2 pages for all the view frames, or if you have 7 pages, just like according to the number of view frames you have generated. So the next thing is to whether you want these layouts to go into a new drawing. So in my case, if your drawing is very large, I think if you put them in one page, in one drawing, your drawing might become start to lag if your computer is not quite well resourced in terms of speed and all that. So you can have them in another drawing, and then anytime you just update that drawing. So in my case, let's just put it in this drawing. So we go next, and now we can just come here and create sheets. So it will save the work, and now it is creating the sheets. So if I go to my page here, you can see I have now my plans here, but we have an issue here because so you can check now your elevations are very well presented, and the good thing with this viewport is if you don't want it to just go up to that point, maybe you can do this, and then maybe you can mask this space and all that, and then so let's just undo. let's just assume that we just want ours to go up to this point. So supposing you find that this plan is, what is being covered here is just too small, the trick is to use a bigger paper. So if you use a smaller paper, then you have to use a different scale, and maybe that might affect the appearance of your work after you print. So let's come here, and I've realized we have a blackout here. So this blackout means this information has been blocked. So let's go to the next page here, and you have even a bigger blackout. So this blackout is created by the Matchine. It's associated with the Matchine. So let's see if we can be able to remove it. So you come here to the Matchine, and you can just go to the Matchine properties, and then you come to the style, and you remove the mask. You can also not to remove, but to just to put it off. So the next, maybe you can also put off the line itself. And now I believe we don't have we don't have the blackout. So the blackout is now gone. Now what you are having is the Matchine labels. So just come back here. First of all, maybe you can even remove the border, like but before you, okay, if we remove the border, we still left with these labels. So how do we remove them? We can just come here and we edit label group. So there are two ways. First of all, you can even just put it first, so it doesn't show. Let's just remove all of them, so we don't now have them. And yes, now you realize we have eliminated all of them. So remember, they are still there, they are not deleted. So anytime you want to have them back, you can still come back and display them if you so wanted to do that. So thank you very much for this for your patience, and until next time, don't forget to subscribe to this channel, share with your friends, and also you can also ring the notification button, so when I create more videos, you'll be able to get them. So thank you.